Hey there guys, good to be back with you again. So one of you at least has been asking me over and over again for this game, and I figure it's probably about time to play it, so we'll go ahead and switch on over to this. This is Hoops by Jaleco for the NES. It's been a little while since I played this game, so we'll give this a try. 1988 means, of course, that it's contemporaneous with a double dribble. Play 2-on-2. We'll do Mr. Doc and legs. I wanted to do Barbie, but apparently we're not going to be able to do that. So, okay. We'll play the 25. Blues are out. We'll do the Eastern Court. There we go. Well, legs is fine. Do a shoot for possession. Oh, come on. Barbie can't hit a shot. Whatever. So, do I remember the controls? I do not. Yeah, there's a little bit of a sort of a crappy factor to this game. You ever play pickup games, you know, and have the guy like, oh, where did I go? Ever play pickup games and they don't want to take it out of bounds, so they kind of like dribble it to themselves? That's basically what happened right there. Anyway, if you're like me and you're trying to remember the controls, it's pretty simple. I mean, like B button shoots and A button passes, and like on defense, like the A button will play defense, the B button will do whatever else. And yeah, that's the sort of game that Hoops is basically. It's just like this. You're supposed to take it back, you know, back here or something like that, you know, when you get the rebound. Well, that was pretty bad. So, anyway, that's the game of Hoops. It's okay. This is not, the thing is, this is not a game that, you know, I'm going to, like, make fun of a whole bunch or whatever. This is actually a pretty good game. It's just that there are some aspects of this game that are pretty, like, lame, you know, like that right there. And then I don't have to even pass it inbounds. It's almost like, you know, the people who made this game, like, didn't know how to, you know, have you pass the ball inbounds. Anyway. So there are some sort of janky features that you have to kind of get used to. Having said that, it's definitely not as bad as some of the worst games on the platform. So, yeah, it's not as bad as it might be. All right, when do we shoot free? Oh, nope, no free throws. I was supposed to take it back? Why was I supposed to take it back? I thought that we got it back after it fell. Anyway, this game was kind of like a favorite. You know, Jaleco had a number of NES games that you know, went over pretty well. Of course, there's Bases Loaded. You can check that out over on my baseball channel if you haven't already. Bases Loaded is a classic game, although the Japanese version is actually better than the North American version. This game, I'm not so sure that I would consider this game to be a like all-time classic. It's kind of, like I said, it's kind of janky in some ways. There's a lot of stuff about it that feels kind of, I don't know, like not all the way finished and, you know, kind of slapped together. Especially, you know, the way that you steal the ball and stuff. It reminds me a lot of Double Dribble, except with fewer players and, you know, I don't know. It just sort of is what it is. Anyway, we're not doing so well, are we? Of course, we would be doing a lot better if we weren't missing all the slam dunks. So I had the ball and I charged her? I didn't even know I had the ball. That's, anyway. One of those classic NES problems. Did she get free throws? No, she doesn't. Of course not. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, there you have it. If you don't mind being called for charging all the time, and being called for charging even though you had no idea you even had the ball, if you don't mind all that, then this game's for you. That's really fair, right? This guy who's like 6 feet tall up against, some girl who's like not even half his height. Oh, come on. I'm pushing A. I'm trying to pass the ball to her. Yeah, good times. Can she make an outside shot? She can. Look at that. We don't need Barbie anyway. We got the better girl player. And we also got Mr. Longlegs. Yeah, take that, huh? Oh, go get the rebound. Where are you going, man? Interesting stuff. Okay, I wasn't able to change players on defense like at all. She definitely cannot dunk. Yeah, that's probably the secret to this game. You just sort of like position yourself right and you get the charging call. I can't believe I don't get a free throw though for that, right? I mean, come on, this is totally Bush League. This guy sucks at dribbling too, man. He just loses the ball every single time. It's been a while since we've had any points, huh? I tell you, Barbie's such a dirty player. There you go. That's the way you play defense, son. That's the way you shoot that two-pointer, huh? Michael Jordan over here. Come on, Barbie. Let's go party. There we go. That's more like it. I mean, dude, you gotta make the dunk. You're scared of this girl, huh? See, he hasn't watched my video on the worst NES games, right? He needs to know about the cheerleader stuff, right? That would give him the confidence that he needs to be able to score. There's nothing like an 8-bit cheerleader, man. Yeah, take that. She's got that outside shot, see? Can't guard her. Oh, come on, I pushed B. Yeah. Alright, there we go. We're coming back. We're coming back. Anyway, this game Hoops, this is one of those basketball games that you knew about if you grew up in the NES era, right? Like, you would see kids who would have it and stuff. It's the sort of game where you play like once and then that was pretty much it. Like, you can stand it for a little while, right? And then you're like, yeah, that's enough of this game. That helps explain why I haven't played this game more often, right? It's not like, like NBA Jam where I know every time I play it, it's going to be close and it's going to be like exciting and dramatic and all this stuff. This game is sort of just crappy. You're like, oh yeah, this is NES basketball. Dude, I've had this ball stealen from me like a bajillion times. I guess the nice thing about this game is that all the players have different personalities and stuff, right? So there's some replay value, which is pretty cool. But overall, as far as being a basketball game is concerned, this is pretty crappy. I mean, it's basically double dribble except without the fun and with a lot more like really annoying stuff. Like the fact that, you know, you feel like you're taking a good shot, like right there, you're up at the top of your jump, and you end up throwing it over like everything's head. Or then you fan on the dunk that's wide open, even though there was a girl right next to you. Then I don't know how we got the ball, but we got it, and we somehow made a shot despite not going back court. Alright, no worries. We got this under control, huh? Well, she's missed every single dunk she's taken, man. Alright, I think that we're doing this backwards. I think that we need to have her shoot these outside shots. Of course, she's not very accurate at those either. And we need to have this guy get inside, but every time I want him to go inside, he ends up going outside. Every time I want her to take the outside shot, she ends up being like down close. And where is he going for the rebound, man? I mean, you know it's going to be a long rebound. Anyway, I'm not 100% certain what I'm supposed to do to change players. Nothing seems to work right. Basically, the control scheme of this game, the basic idea is basically an Atari type game, with the exception being that, like, you know, the graphics are better, but play control and the basic idea behind the game and stuff, this is Atari 2600. That's basically what it is. Like, you get close to this blob and you push the button. Yeah, and then you get close to that blob, you push the button. Like I said, there's no real way for you to change players when you're on defense, which is really, really bad. Is this one of the worst NES basketball games? Not really, because, you know, as bad as it is, and it is a pretty bad game, like, there are much, much worse things going on with the NES basketball games than this. Same thing, by the way, goes for All-Pro Basketball. I know somebody mentioned that when in the comments. Dude, why are you playing all the way back there, man? You should be playing up close. Have you noticed that you're like twice as tall as everybody else? Do you not see this? Yeah, All-Pro Basketball is another bad game, but it's much, much better compared to the 3 games I was talking about earlier. I mean, those games are just unplayable, horrible, bad, not fun. Alright, this game is just tedious. That's all there is to it. There we go. Now we're coming back. Oh, that was out on us? No, no, it's out on them. Yeah, it's pretty frustrating. There's not much you can do. You get called for charging, you know, despite the fact that you didn't do anything, just basically for catching the ball. They're gonna charge you for call you for charging. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, Jaleco didn't exactly have a track record for making the best games on the NES. I'll put it that way. This is not the only, you know, kind of crappy and not really well thought through game by Jaleco that I've ever played. I think the biggest problem I have with this game is that the rules are not really all that clear. Like, so when I take it in bounds, I can just like walk it in, you know? And I'd also argue that the second problem with this game is that it's only 2-on-2. I know that there's some concerns about the number of sprites the NES can show at once and stuff like that, but right, this was made in 1988, you know, Double Dribble was already out when this game was out, and that's a game I could play at least more than once, right? This game, I'm having a hard time pushing myself through to play it completely once. This is pretty bad. It's like when I'm talking about, you know, unclear rules and stuff, one of the big things is this rule for taking it back court. You can't do anything until you've taken it back court. But like right there, we didn't have a shot attempt, right? There have been numerous times in this game so far where, you know, the team didn't have a shot attempt and possession changed, and then you have to take it back court anyway for whatever reason. And then like where you're supposed to take it back to is also not clear. You're supposed to take it like somewhere, right? You keep stealing the ball, which means you get control of the player because you were trying to move the other player around. You don't even know that you have the ball, you know, and you end up running into them. You get charged. You get called again for charging. So, I mean, it's just weird. It's just weird the way that this game is put together. It's pretty bad. So yeah, whoever it was that was asking for this game, I hope that you enjoy it because I definitely do not enjoy this game. This is a pretty crappy game. Again, it's not the worst NES basketball game. There are things that are bad about it that you'll also find in, you know, Double Dribble, Tecmo NBA Basketball, and stuff like that. There are a couple of things that are bad that are unique to this game, like the fact that you end up losing the ball because somebody like touches you. So the computer can steal the ball simply by going over to where you are, but I'm not sure. There's something you have to do to steal it. I'm not sure what it is. When it comes to shooting, the computer is more accurate at shooting than you are. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing. You know, it's anyway, it's a little bit confusing. It's not entirely clear what you're supposed to do. I could be going through like the manual and trying to figure it out and all that stuff. Maybe that's what I'm supposed to do to figure out some of the mysteries of this game. But you know, overall, for an NES game, for the most part, believe it or not, people are not really that interested in like spending a whole bunch of time reading the manual, right? For the most part, we like to play NES games where, you know, we can kind of figure out what it is that's going on. Anyway, if you're looking for an NES basketball game, I would not recommend playing Hoops. This game pretty much sucks, right? Unless you're okay with watching like people miss easy dunks, people who are unable to shoot jump shots, you know, because that's basically what the experience has been. And then rebounds that are like impossible to get, and stealing the ball just by walking next to a player, you know. There we go. All right, here, now we're having our big comeback. Yeah, as bad as the EA Sports early basketball games on the Genesis are, they're a little bit better than this. At least there I have kind of an idea of what I'm doing, what I'm supposed to do. Here it's very, very questionable what exactly it is I'm supposed to be doing. Whoop. So what's up with that? I have to take it backcourt again? Why? And like that turned into a contested dunk for us, even though their player was pretty far behind the ball. I'm not sure what it is that turns it into a contested dunk. I'm also not sure how I stole the ball there. I mean, there's a lot of weird stuff that's going on with this game. Like, you would think in looking at this that we would have like a height advantage at the very least, but we kind of do, we kind of don't, right? And I have this this girl who I think is supposed to be like a good shooter, but she keeps throwing the ball in like random places, right? Like, it's like she doesn't know what she's doing, right? It's not clear to me how I'm supposed to, what I'm supposed to do to, you know, take the shot. I think I'm supposed to shoot from the top of the jump, but whenever I try to do that, she ends up throwing the ball out of bounds. I'm not quite sure what, you know, strategy it is I'm supposed to be going for. Anyway. And yeah, so we stole the ball there. Oh, we got called for the foul trying to steal the ball. That's what was going on. Anyway. So yeah, there you go. You've had about 20 minutes of my commentary on this game. This is a pretty bad game, and I'm not going to play it again. This is pretty junky. This is again, it's not necessarily one of the worst NES basketball games, but this is the sort of game that I would never want to play again. Alright, let's play that good defense. If we could figure out what we're supposed to do to play defense in this game, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And there you go, game over. Alright, so there you have it. That was Hoops on the NES. Don't play it, this game sucks. Talk to you later.